Okay, so I'm going to do my best to answer some frequently asked questions and maybe conquer some objections that I hear often after people have watched a presentation and they have a little interest, but maybe some questions, right? So I'm going to be looking at my paper here as I answer them. So one of the first questions we get is it FDA approved? So supplements in food are not FDA approved. That's like asking if a banana is FDA approved. So we do not have pharmaceutical medications. That is what gets FDA approval. So the answer to that would be no, we're not FDA approved because we're not a pharmaceutical medication. Where is your manufacturing facility? We actually have 2 in Texas, 1 in Utah, and 1 in Korea. So multiple manufacturing facilities. They all come from all over the world. That's the next question we get all the time. Where do your products come from? All over the world. For example, Noni comes from the Polynesian Islands. Acai comes from Brazil. Goji comes from the Himalayan mountains. Mila, our blend of chia seeds, is a blend of the best chia seeds from all over the world. Most of the farms are near the equator because agricultural studies have shown that the chia seeds need to be grown near the equator to have high amounts of omega-3s, which is the best thing about our Mila. They also have the fiber and the antioxidants as well, but it's a blend of seeds from multiple different areas. So our products come from all over the world and then go into our manufacturing facilities. I'm not good at sales. I always say to that, good, because all we really do is ask people to watch a presentation. We're not here to talk anybody into anything. If it's not for them, it's not for them. But if you can ask somebody to watch a presentation, you could do very well here. We have a lot of people who've done very well who are not good at sales. The hardest part is getting someone to watch the presentation. But if you can do that, you're good to go. I don't have time. So I'll tell you just personally, I made $100,000 my first year in the business, and I was working 12-hour days. I was at the office by 6 a.m. I was literally barely had time for a lunch break. Oftentimes didn't finish seeing patients till 6. Then I would dictate my charts for another hour. Then I would go to my skincare store, close the sales out, let the employees go home, ship products out, orders that had come in during the day. I didn't get home till midnight oftentimes. I had 2 babies at home. My husband worked a full-time job and had just started his own business. I had no time, but I made time because I saw the results that our family had seen and I felt ethically obligated to share it. So I began making one phone call a day every day on the way to work. Hey, I've got something. You need to take a look at it. I don't know if it's for you or not. If I send you a video, will you look? And they'd be like, well, what is it? Is it this? And I'd say, all I know is I don't have time. There's 3 patients waiting for me. If I send you the video, will you watch it? And some would and some wouldn't. I'd say, I'll call you back tonight. Some would answer when I called back and some wouldn't. That was okay. But at the end of that year, I'd helped 900 people throw prescriptions in the trash. And I knew I had my hands on something powerful. How old is Pure? So Pure started in August of 2008. And so depending on what year it is that you're watching this presentation, we're probably over 11 years old at this point. How many active IBOs are in Pure? Less than 50,000 in the US as of the summer of 2019. But growing bigger and bigger. We're also in multiple other countries, which is one of our questions we're going to get to in just a moment. How do we get paid? So, there's a whole compensation plan overview, and I'll just break it down to you this way. The company has chosen to bypass the middleman. Instead of paying for marketing and shelf space in a store, they pay us to share it with others. And if you don't have to tell a lot of people. If you tell a few who then go and share it with a lot of others, you can get paid off of every single one of those orders. And so basically they're just paying for us to share it. That's how we get paid. What do I have to do? Well, you don't have to do anything. My question is always, why are you watching this? What is your goal? If your goal is to build a business, then you want to make sure 100 points of product move through your account every month. We use points because we're in so many different countries. 100 points of products in the U.S. is about $125 to $135 U.S. dollars worth of product. That can be from you and your family's orders, or it can be from customer orders. If you do that, that makes you eligible to receive weekly checks from the orders of people that have been placed underneath you on your team. What's really cool about our comp plan is whoever enrolled you, they're more than likely going to put people on your team, and you can benefit from those people's orders as well, as long as you shared it with somebody else. And so all you have to do to be able to be eligible to benefit from all those orders is to order 100 points of product a month. Now, if you don't want to build a business, then there's no obligations at all. You don't have to do anything. If you just want to order products, you can buy retail full price. You can become a customer and get 20% off, or you can become an IBO, independent business owner, get the 25% off and be eligible to earn commissions if you begin to share it with others. Okay, how many countries are we in? I think we're in more since I printed this last, but 10. Nigeria, Ghana, Taiwan, Thailand, Korea, US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and Japan. And I believe in the next 12 months, we'll be adding even more to that list. We are exploding. Why can't I talk to someone on the Wellness Advisory Board? Okay, first of all of the physicians on our Wellness Advisory panel work full-time jobs. Some of them own their own practices. Some of them are members of groups, and they're doing this on the side. They're a part of our Wellness Advisory Council. They're at our events. There's a huge event every October in Texas that they're all at, speaking at, there to help answer your questions. We have a fabulous email, Ask the Experts at livepeer.com. You can email in and receive responses back from members of our Wellness Advisory panel. But you can't expect them, there's 50,000 people in our organization consuming these products. You can't expect them to be on call answering all of our questions. What happens if I stop auto ship? So nothing. If you're not interested in building a business, it means nothing to do. But I will tell you this. I've had this happen a number of times. I've shared this with somebody. They enrolled. They're consuming products. They are not telling anybody, but I keep telling people. So I only have 2 places to put a team. When you begin building this organization, you're either going to put people on what's called your left leg or your right leg. And so if I enroll you or your friend enrolls you, they're more than likely going to put people underneath you. It's kind of like we're standing at the top of a ladder and we only have 2 places to put people. If they're placing people on your team, which they probably are, every time one of those people orders product, it's like a savings account is built up for you. And as long as you order 100 points of product every single month, or customers do that you've enrolled, that savings account sits there holding, waiting for you to start building a business. As soon as you start building a business, you can start cashing in on all those orders. If, however, a month goes by where you don't order 100 points, you order 90 points or 95 points, all of that volume flushes. I call it your savings account. Okay, you do not want the volume to flush. Also, if you've shared it with somebody that month or that week, you won't get paid the commissions from what that person purchases. So if you have any interest in money in any way whatsoever, you want to make sure you're ordering 100 points of product a month. One of the cool things about our auto ship program, though, whether you're a customer or an independent business owner, 20% of every order you do on auto ship goes into that free pile. And you can cash in on that free pile after 3 consecutive months of auto ship. And that allows you, it's like free product. It's like Christmas. It's amazing. Also, if you're on auto ship consecutively for 12 months from the time you enroll until the next year, your annual renewal fee is waived. If you're an independent business owner, it's $25. If you're military or student, it's waived anyways. But that's a nice little savings and an additional reason why you want to consider being on auto ship. Okay, is this a pyramid scheme? I get asked that question all the time. And my question is always, really, what do you mean by that? One of those things where the people at the top make all the money. Oh, you mean like your job, right? Like corporate America, like where I used to work, where there was a doctor and then me and then the nurses and the secretaries. And the secretaries couldn't make as much money as the nurses, and nurses couldn't make as much money as me, and I couldn't make as much money as the doctor, no matter how hard I worked or what I did. You mean like that? Yeah, no, it's nothing like that. So just so you know, all of America, all the corporations, the government, sheriff's departments, they're all built in the form of a pyramid, right? There's somebody at the top. There's people underneath them. They can't make as much money as that person. This is a total opposite of that. You can make whatever you want to make here. It's the beauty of the business. I enrolled a couple in the summer of, it's actually just about 14 months ago now, who've made $300,000 in the last 14 months. Did I make $300,000 my first 14 months? Absolutely not. Can you do that? Absolutely you can. Will everybody do that? No. Not everybody has the work ethic that they had. Not everybody knows the same people that they have or had or have the networking connections that they had. But, you can really do anything here. And that's really, I think, one of the beauties of this business. It depends on what you want to get out of it. Let me also address pyramid schemes. Pyramid schemes are illegal. That's turning your money over and getting nothing in return. So anytime you join something that you're not getting something material or physical in your hand in return for purchasing, that's a literal scheme. That's like that Bernie Madoff guy is in prison for. That's a Ponzi scheme, right? So as long as you're getting something in return, you're good to go. So last but not least, I have no money. That's one of the things I hear all the time. I have no money. And I just say, you really need to look at this. I mean, if this isn't for you, that's cool. I hope you find something, whether you're 30, 40, 50, or 60. It's horrible to be in your later stages of life and not know how you're going to get by. You know, if your whole life you've just been stressed out about money, I highly recommend you make a change. It's hard to make a change at a certain point in your life, but you've really got to add something in to build that additional stream of income. And if it's not this, that's fine, but I hope you take a serious look. It's starting a business. Read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. You know, that's a tremendous book about the importance of building additional income streams and having assets that pay you instead of liabilities. And this is just one of those things that can be an additional residual income stream. It's why Tony Robbins and Richard Branson are such huge proponents of this business model, because it's difficult for people who work full-time jobs and have kids and have lives to start a business, you know, and it's risky. Investing in real estate is risky and scary. There's no risk here. We've been around for 11 years. It's not a question of does it work. We know it works. This company has paid out millions and millions of dollars to the people who promote our products. The products have changed thousands and thousands of lives. It works. The only question is, do you work? Do you want to work? Do you want this to be that thing that pays you? Changing lives is why I went to PA school. It's why I spent over $100,000 on my education and 8.5 years of my life to help people do better, be better, feel better. And we found that here. So I hope that you choose to partner with us. You can do it. You might go slow. You might go fast. You can go whatever pace you want to. You can spend 10 minutes a day on this. You can spend 30 minutes on it a day. You can spend 8 hours a day on it. You can do whatever you want to do here. We're just here to help you achieve those goals. Thanks so much for taking a look. I hope this objections and frequently asked questions video has helped you. And if you have more questions, please schedule a call with whoever it is that invited you and their business partner who is having success in the business. It's very important to plug into people that are having success.